Welcome to Drinking Bros, presented by GhostBed.com. Welcome to Drinkin' Bros podcast, France Press edition. This is the first ever January 6th celebration.
Memorance.
Yeah, celebration.
Memorum.
Celebration.
Memorem.
Show.
It's a memorum.
Oh, is it a memorum? Are we remembering?
It's a remembrance.
Remembrance of
Yeah.
it. We're celebrating it. The bravery there. The bravery there.
The bravery of all parties involved.
Yeah.
The bravery of Twitter deleting things.
Look at D'Anthony Holloway over there. That's an
normal,
outfit
isn't it?
Of
Did you dress up for this?
No.
And you have an interesting hat.
Oh boy. Yeah. So this one just says re-elect that motherfucker, and that's that's nice. It's actually signed by Ted Nugent here. I took this off the Pardon My American set over there, but
That's pretty good. And is that real? Are you referring to re-electing the old, head of women's figure skating in the 1990s?
No.
Who resigned after the whole, debacle
I'm sure
with
not.
the board?
I'm sure not.
That's not what that's about?
No, I think he might be, as of now, as of the taping right now, he might be the new Speaker of the House, Donald John Trump.
Is that his middle name, John?
I thought the J in Donald J. Trump stood for J6.
What if he had that legally
Great
changed?
If it did. First off, let's start off by talking about some famous January 6th birthdays, shall we?
Yeah.
Matty B, the rapper, the white kid. You've loved Matty B for years.
Who?
No.
Yeah, you have.
Not at all.
YouTube,
No.
you love Matty B. He's now 19 years old. 19.
Okay. Yeah.
Mr. Bean was also born on January 6th.
That guy has more respect than Matty B.
Rowan
Let's
Atkinson.
Yes, that's his name, correct. But I only know him as Mr. Bean. Fantastic actor. Rapper Polo G, that's for Giorgio. I know you're a huge Polo G fan.
I am.
Norman Reedus, for any of you Walking Dead fans out there.
Yeah, I actually think this is from a Walking Dead Nerf set.
It is, yeah.
So
yeah. It is.
Norman Reedus.
Was that a Jeffrey Dean Morgan?
But I'm more concerned with what Kesha's birthday is.
What is it?
October 9th.
Well, we're not close, okay? We're not close.
Yeah,
Joan of Arc.
All right.
Wait,
J6 for Joan of
Joan
Arc?
of
You're
Arc
kidding.
Probably would have
Like,
been involved in J6. had
She's
she been
one of the
alive.
first. She is the first and only Joan that is of an arc.
For sure.
There hasn't been any others.
No, there hasn't.
Like if you think back between now and the 60s and then the 60s to the 40s,
Yeah.
there's no other Joan of Arc.
I
And
think
she
back
got
a
that
lot.
name because she was in Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Sure did.
The second one, though.
The second
it was
one,
the
yeah.
sequel that was only in Korea.
It was. It
Yeah.
was.
Well,
Didn't do that
it
well.
was only in North Korea too, which makes it even more difficult to watch.
Yeah, very difficult to find. Speaking of actors here, Eddie Redmayne. Now that makes sense to me.
Was he?
He played a trans lady.
No, was he?
Played a trans lady,
And
and,
then
he
got-
also played our favorite Stephen Hawking.
No, he was also a waiter in Nutty Professor.
Was he?
Yeah.
I
Okay.
don't think.
Yes,
that
he absolutely was.
Well,
It was
you
in the
get your
opening
start-
scene.
You get your break somewhere.
Yeah.
You got to
Where
get
do
your
you
break
get it?
somewhere. You got to get it in the opening scene of that.
You got to get it.
Kate McKinnon, Saturday Night Live, also born on J6.
Is that a new Saturday Night Live actress?
No,
because
it's
no
the
one's
old one.
watched Saturday Night Live for a long time.
Yeah, she was the last. I'd probably say the last good cast member they had. That's it, right?
I mean, extremely
Are you
talented.
looking up if he
Yeah.
was in Nutty
I think
Professor?
she was the
He
last
definitely
great
was.
one there.
No.
I told you.
He was not in
It's
that.
I told
Nick
you.
Cocolatis.
No.
No.
Coladas.
Yeah, Nick Cocolatis was
see?
the guy in that.
Jameis
turns out it was
Winston,
not-
crab legs.
Really? J6 for crab legs. You don't say. Lil Reese, rapper. There you go, Giorgio. I know you're a
another.
big fan. Big fan there.
Lil Reese. I went down a really, really dark rabbit hole recently over this rapper thing.
Did you really?
I did.
Of Lul's?
Yeah, of Lil's.
There's a lot of Lul's out
Who's your
there.
favorite?
I gotta find his name because he was so. I want to say it because I want to see your reaction when I tell you this. So continue on, and I'll find this for you guys. So that
For sure.
Malcolm Young
Oh, I'm sorry. It's
from AC/DC.
Lil Xan.
Really?
Xanax.
Oh, I love Lil
Lil
Xan.
Xan,
Why?
yeah.
Lil
Why?
Xan is amazing.
What do you mean by amazing? Like
Lil Xan is an icon.
like by shitty music and shitty face tattoos? Like really, like it's a contest of what's shittier, his music or the face
I'm
tattoos?
gonna need you to go through the backstory of Lil Xan and then check out his mom.
Oh no, I've gone through I watched the whole Sunny documentary on Lil Xan.
So how are you not a fan?
Wait, is Xan short for Xanax?
Sure is.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
stupid.
But now he's
Yeah,
very
it's dumb.
anti-Xanax.
He's
Dumb.
anti-Xanax?
Now he is. Now, because he's sober. He's sober.
John DeLorean.
Whoa.
Really? January 6th?
Whoa.
He's coming out with a new car.
Yes, that's right. It's
Or
it's an
somebody-
Holy
electric
He's
one.
shit,
dead.
is that
Electric
the
one.
godfather of the Mormon church?
No, not Joseph Smith. John Smith is the guy that raped Pocahontas.
Yes. That
Oh,
guy.
those
Yeah.
And then
two
we made
different
Disney
people.
movies about it.
At 13 years old, it was that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although he is not, John Smith is not Edward Norton's great great grandfather or whatever.
Okay.
It's John.
So
Rolfe.
wait, so Pocahontas was a real person?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And John really did that?
Yeah. What did you think? She was a cartoon character in a Disney
Hey,
movie?
dude, you never know. Sometimes, fables turn into stories, and then all of a sudden it's true. I mean,
I think you're.
Jesus,
this
look at the
is-
January 6th committee.
Well, that's true. Kinzinger.
Are you going down the K-hole today?
No, I'll go down the K-hole later. But we'll get to some other famous things that happened on January 6th.
Lou
leading
Holtz.
up to the event. Lou Holtz was born on that day.
Howie Long, John Singleton, a lot of football players.
A lot of football
And
players.
Dominic Sue
Yep.
as well.
Yep. The Red Hot Chili Peppers were formed on January 6th, 1983.
Nice.
Oh, well, that was...
That's weird. Wheel of Fortune premiered on January 6th,
Do you think any of these people are
1975.
upset that their date was stolen?
Yes.
Yeah.
For sure. It's like, dude, imagine 9/11 before 9/11. You were probably just like, all right, sweet, man. I'll see you at my birthday party on 9/11. And then all of a sudden, it's, it was September 11th.
There was a
and then
pretty
they changed.
there was a pretty famous battle on September 11th in 1066, I believe.
Okay.
Look that up.
Yeah.
1066.
the Battle of
September-
Hastings. That's the famous battle in 1066.
Is it?
Was it on January 6th? Is that when it happened? Otherwise, you're just throwing out
Battle of
numbers
Hastings
right now.
was October
Jared.
14th, 1066. Let me check September 11th.
No. September 11th, 1066. There's a pretty famous English battle
On
against the
9/11?
No, against the French on September 11th.
Agincourt?
I can't remember.
William the Conqueror was born in 1066.
There you go.
No, he wasn't. He
There you
conquered
go.
England in 1066.
That's what this says.
Let me see.
That's hella wrong.
It's hella wrong, yeah. Hella wrong.
Oh, this is a war.
Yeah. The
Oh,
Revenant.
no, this is his reign from 1066 to 1087.
The Revenant came out on January 6th, 2015. That's where DiCaprio got raped by that bear.
Oh, that's it. The Battle of Brandywine was the longest battle of the American Revolution, September 11th, 1777.
Great.
1776 is a long time from 1066.
Yeah.
I
It's
just, dude,
way off.
I saw it. I've been reading a lot of the 9th century lately.
Have you?
AJ.
No, there was a famous medieval battle with the British on September 11th in 1297. William Wallace.
There we go.
There we go.
I knew it was something. There was a reason we needed to fucking
Yeah.
know this thing.
The Battle of Stirling Bridge. He won it.
Yeah, he won it on the bridge because he made them all come to the bridge and he fucked them all up because he didn't have enough men.
Well, you see, I'm dressed like William Wallace today.
Well, that dude,
Yeah.
I knew it was something that was of importance.
This is a William
Yeah.
Wallace costume, right?
sure is.
Did I get it right?
It sure is. So you're dressed as the shaman there. Has
Yeah.
he been sentenced yet?
Who knows, man?
I thought he was. I thought he got 16
Oh,
months.
yeah, he got like 4 year or
16
four-
months?
Hold on.
How
4
many
years,
years
16
did the
months?
shaman get
Isn't it
in
4 months
prison
per year?
there, Bob?
41 months.
4 months per year?
41 months.
41 months.
So 3.5 years.
So it's
3.5
not
years.
4 months per year.
No, definitely not. One.
What?
It's Jared.
you got to stop that.
I mean, god damn it, dude. You gotta.
You made me
having
drink fucking 3 of these fucking...
We're having a serious show today about January 6th.
And you
the
invited
events.
me, and you had me drink 3 hardest fucks before.
And we've got government officials in here.
Nobody
We've got
told
all-
you to do that. You just did it.
I thought it was required.
Have you tried the pina colada, by the way?
Pina colada is the best.
Yes.
It's the goddamn.
I
It's
do.
the best seltzer ever made.
I started singing a song that I wrote. It's called "Do You Like Pina Coladas?"
And that's an original.
I think
yeah.
it could go somewhere.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
In honor, by the way, of the QAnon shaman, I'd like to read the most famous words ever written about January
Please
6th.
do. Please do.
It's from his attorney, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Oh yes.
A lot of these defendants, they're all fucking short bus people.
Yep.
These are people with brain damage. They're fucking retarded.
Yes. He actually said
This
these
is
words.
his. This is
real,
his
yep.
attorney.
He said it in court. Yeah.
Said it in court.
His attorney.
Yep. He said it in
Yes.
court, and
not as a written brief. He said it out loud.
he said it out loud to a judge.
which is pretty fucking funny.
So it's record for the rest of United States history.
Yeah.
While we still allow.
Hopefully somebody's putting that on Betamax so it lasts.
I know. Astronauts were born: David Saints Jacques, Guy Gardner, Philip Perrin. All these guys were born on January 6th. There's a lot that happened here other than just storming the Capitol that day. Where were you, Jared?
Charles Sumner, who I assume Fort Sumner's named after.
Probably.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Where were you on J6?
Colin Coward.
Were you with Matt Best?
No, it wasn't.
When you decided to storm it, where were you guys?
I was at home.
Okay. And when did you find out about the Time Magazine thing?
The which one?
The guy with the Black Rifle coffee hat and the zip ties.
Oh, yeah. I think he just had a patch, or did he have a hat?
He had a hat. He was wearing a hat.
I mean, it was
and
like
then
a
he had
couple days later. Like I remember seeing some chatter on 4chan or something of people thinking that one of the photos contained Rich Ryan or something like that. It was just dumb.
Yeah. It was all.
I think this is Matt Best. Like, no, it's not. We're all in Texas at home because why would we go to the Capitol today?
Right. And didn't they declare and forgive me if I'm wrong on this, but didn't they put like Black Rifle Coffee was like a term of like white nationalists or something in one of those documents?
Yeah.
Yeah, on the government thing.
It was Black Rifle Coffee. It was
Grunt style, maybe.
well, I don't know about
Was it
grunt
grunt style?
It was Black Rifle.
Sorry
it
if
was
it's not, by the way.
Fieldcraft not Fieldcraft, but his other. What's Glover's other thing?
Yeah, this the
prepper
preparedness
organization.
one,
I can't remember what it's called, but yeah, it's
No,
fucking stupid.
there was just there was some screenshot of some document that had a bag of ours on something that was like signs that someone might be a 3%.
Oh, that's it. Yeah.
Signs of a 3%er. Or
Yeah.
something.
We were actually live on air when it happened with Francis Ellis, who's got a show over at Barstool Sports there. Big fan of Francis. As this was going on, obviously we didn't know. And holy shit, man. It was a wild show because we ended up going for 6 hours. Now, he had to bounce in the middle of it because at the time he was the lead editor for Bro Bible. And he was like, oh, shit, we got to do our own content. Like, I didn't know this was going on. I was like, hey, we didn't know this was going on either. So we just cut to it and had, I think it was C-SPAN footage live on air. And then we ended up doing the show until it went dark.
Anthony Scaramucci was born on January 6th.
Shut the fuck up, dude. Wow. The mooch. The mooch on old J6. Ashley Babbitt died there. And,
She was part of a throuple.
Is that real?
Yeah.
No way. Yeah. Look that up. Look that up, Bob. She was part of a thruple?
According to Reddit, but that doesn't necessarily mean
No, it's not. I mean, it was in like a New York Post and stuff too.
Oh, wow.
Oh, it was. All right. I mean, obviously, the next question is there any nudes? But look, it's a remembrance. It's a day to remember. It's a day to celebrate.
I think that we should, maybe author some legislation or try and get someone in Congress to back us, putting forth a law that says it's perfectly legal once you're deceased that your nudes become public domain.
It's like when you put your garbage out at the street, now it's public property.
Yes. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how that coincides.
It is.
It's the same rule.
It's the
There's
same
no
rule.
garbage out on the street. Like now you're just dead. And
No.
Wait, no.
Any nudes
When
that
you-
anybody has, it cannot constitute revenge porn.
Right. But the laws are the same, right?
I don't think there should be any laws.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
There should
in the whole
only be
country.
natural law.
Why don't you listen to the guy in the Viking helmet and the painted
This is definitely a video show today.
Yeah,
I
it
would
is.
highly recommend
Yeah.
looking at Dan on
Yeah.
video today.
Oh, but we got the 3B. Like this is great.
Yeah. Oh, is that the thruple there? Okay, so can we show that? I mean, we've done everything
Is that
else
a
today.
chest
Who really
tattoo?
cares?
Wow,
That's a
aggressive.
nice chest. That's a nice chest tattoo.
No, that's a shirt. That's a t-shirt.
Oh, it
right?
is. It looks
No,
like a hairy
that's-
chest.
That is a chest. That is his
Oh,
chest
that's
tat.
his bear. That is a chest.
Yeah, it's a new tat.
That's
She was in the
they
Air
must-
Force, so I'm
They must have
assuming-
been celebrating. them
He's
that
a
day.
Marine, I believe.
Yeah, he's
yeah.
got the he's got some nice.
I mean, he
ink
looks
to him.
like somebody that's welded a gun.
Yeah, they fucking party, dude. They fucking party.
Well,
Yeah.
I hope.
As this
I
was
doubt
go-
they're partying today.
Well, one of them isn't, but who maybe the others are. I don't. I only know about one. I don't know where the other two people are today. Maybe I don't.
It's a sad day.
We don't really
them.
know. I find it odd that Adam Kinzinger takes a job at CNN on January 6th since he was part of the committee.
That is an.
You think it's?
I mean, it's really it's shocking. I had so much respect for that little midget. Yeah. You know?
And now here he is. He's a correspondent for CNN now. That's your dream job.
I mean,
it's
like showing up to fucking Fukushima to be an engineer the day after the goddamn meltdown.
Yeah. It's like, whoops, what do we do here? Which button do I press?
You just become it'd be like me like showing up to work at Mothers Against Guns or whatever what is that organization?
Mothers Against Drunk Driving. We're also in favor of drunk driving.
Mad, yeah.
No, there's also like a Mothers Against Gun Violence or something like that. MAGV.
Yeah, there was Mothers Against Abbott too.
You know what they should do is mother their children, then they don't have to worry about gun violence.
But I just mean like if I like
Shut
that's
the fuck up.
that's the thing is like like that now becomes CNN's little like logo for look, we've got a Republican. It's like
yep. Yeah, you sure do.
Well,
Yeah. You don't really have one there.
Here's my hot take for 2023. Adam Kinzinger is a trans woman by mid-year.
If there was odds on my bookie, I'd throw some money on it.
If it was 10 to 1,
do you think we can get that
value
Like,
bet.
do you have the ability to get that on my bookie, and we can?
If we could talk to them,
Somebody's got to be the
Shit,
bank.
dude,
That's the problem.
I know. They've had it in the past, so they've had wild shit up there of like which president would die first.
Yeah, but that's a real thing. If you pick
but it was
the
Trump.
exact date.
It was Trump versus Putin.
Oh shit.
Well, it was a futures bet, so you're betting for life there. You know what I'm saying? And it looks like Putin's going to die first.
I don't know.
Rumor is he's only got a couple months left.
Really?
Yeah.
Where's that rumor?
That's been the rumor for fucking years.
Yeah, he's got cancer. We'll see.
They want you to think that.
Well, the government wants you to think
Kind of
what's
like
going
in
on right now.
Season 3, Last Kingdom. You know when they tricked you with the dude that pretended to not like Uhtred anymore.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, they tricked you.
Yeah, they tricked you.
Yeah, you got to watch out for those Ruskies.
They tricked you.
They have a lot of tricks.
Where's Ray Epps today? Where's he walking around at on
He's in
January
New
6th?
Mexico.
Look, where's Ray Liotta? Let's check in on him.
He's dead.
He's dead.
What?
Yeah, he died this year.
What?
Yeah, Leota's dead.
Yeah, in like September,
R.I.P.
I think.
Yeah, we get a signed jersey of him behind that Benjamin Franklin flag, the tax that did.
Hey, is Ray Liotta dead?
Yeah,
Are
he
they
died.
fucking with
He
me?
Yeah,
died
he's
May
absolutely-
26th.
Oh,
Yeah, dude.
God.
He died a long
This
time
day
ago.
fucking sucks.
Man, are you just finding out about this?
Yes, I am.
It happened
was 8
7
months
months
ago,
ago.
yeah.
Yeah, but I wasn't following him on Instagram or something, so I didn't see his death post.
I
Don't
wouldn't
worry.
imagine Ray Liotta has a big Instagram follower.
He's got one last movie, and it's Cocaine Bear.
It is, yeah. Cocaine Bear comes out next month, February. Yeah.
Dude, I love him.
Yeah.
I loved him.
Big fan of his.
Yeah.
Big fan of his. Love Liotta. And the amount of cocaine that man ingested probably won't be seen for years and years.
Dude, he was so good in The Departed.
Was he in The Departed?
No. Goodfellas?
At all, yeah.
No, wasn't in that movie.
He was in a lot of movies. That wasn't one of them.
Yeah, sure wasn't, Jared. Sure
Well-
wasn't. How long you been a fan of Ray Liotta?
Oh, since forever. You know?
Sure.
Yeah.
Since he remembered his name 20 minutes ago.
Revolver. Revolver was
Yeah,
my
Revolver was
favorite
bad.
movie with him in it.
He's also not in that, I don't think.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
No, that's Jason Statham.
No.
Right?
Ray Liotta's in Revolver.
I think he's in Revolver. He might be the bad guy.
He's the
Is
bad
he the
guy.
is he the boss?
He's the guy that's always whining about Mr. Gold.
Okay, yeah, he is actually in that movie.
Oh, he is. All right. There's
Which is
one.
surprising
There's
because
one
you've
for
been
Jared.
really stupid so far.
Yeah, really dumb. Really dumb.
Yeah, but
and I like that it's coming from two guys dressed like this. So that's nice here.
It's all about balance today.
It really is.
It's about balance of
power.
balance of government,
Yeah.
and balance of opinions on the
Sure
show.
is.
Now, I think it's my opinion, Ray Liotta is in The Departed.
Okay.
Yeah,
And that's your opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you can't have an opinion on that.
January 6th.
Why not?
Good day or bad day, Jared?
I think it's a dumb day
For whom?
For whom?
everyone.
I think I've never laughed that hard, and I remember coming home. I remember laughing that day, like all day long about it.
Well,
it's
the
just like,
days
what the
following were the
fuck is
funniest
going
part.
on?
It's like, one, what are you even doing there in the first place? And then the reaction to it was so goddamn funny.
Yeah, what do you expect to accomplish?
Like when people started calling it an insurrection, 300 assholes trespass in the Capitol and stay in the stanchions except for like 12 people.
Yeah.
And they're like, this is the worst assault since Pearl Harbor.
Oh God.
I'm like, all right, cool, man.
That's dumb.
So the most armed subset of the most armed population literally on Earth showed up to overthrow the government, and everybody left their guns at home. This is what you're asking me to believe. I'll believe a lot of stuff.
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
You know what I mean?
I just like the description on Wikipedia. I'm going to read this because
this is probably gold.
Oh, it is. It is. So as of July 7th, 2022, monetary damages caused by the attackers exceeded $2.7 million.
Oh, my God.
That's not a lot of money.
No.
It's not a lot of money. Billions were in the BLM riots.
2.2 billion.
We don't talk about that.
We don't talk about that.
You can't talk about that.
But here's the next sentence, and this is actually in there. Called to action by Trump. And they've actually got some works cited papers in here for that. Thousands of his supporters gathered in Washington, D.C. To support his false claim that the 2020 election had been stolen by the emboldened radical left Democrats. Now, with that...
I mean, they got the emboldened radical left Democrats, right?
Yeah, I mean, that part is correct. But here was my honest first thought when it was going down is... This happens in pretty much every country and in every civilization. If you're not happy with your government, you show up and fuck shit up, right?
Yeah, you kick some shit around.
But if you actually wanted to overthrow it or take it over, you show up with guns and that would have happened and it would have been bad, right?
Yeah.
Instead, what we got was just kind of a tour of adults' children who are just taking selfies.
See this? Right
they
there.
had face paints. They had Viking
Right there.
helmets.
Right there.
It was essentially a Ren fair.
You don't dress up like this to go do a real operation. I've been on quite a few real operations in life.
I'm just simulating.
Do you remember that?
Dan's gonna be holding the gun.
Do you remember
now.
that scene from Family Guy where it's the Vietnam War and Peter's dressed like a clown? He goes, "Oh, you guys are dumb. They're gonna be looking for army guys." Like, you don't show up to fucking war looking like this.
No, you sure don't.
Stupid.
Sure don't. Shout out to Jesse for that makeup job. They look great over there.
Yeah, it's super fast.
I know.
And I heard you're going out in downtown Austin like this tonight.
Well, yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
You have to because we're gonna go down to the Capitol here and just kind of show up and hang
Dude,
for
I'm
a little
telling
bit.
you, I think we control the Austin government like a lot. If we just dress like total fucking asshats and we show up to city council and we request that the city donates us a piece of land, for us to erect a January 6th memorial statue.
And it's this.
And it's this.
Yes.
And it's the shaman.
Yeah. But we keep it
can
undercover until the day that we're unveiling.
We could do it Guy Fawkes mask style, where we all show up, like 3,000 people show up dressed like this.
That'd be great. It'd be great.
Fucking hilarious.
Who are the other superstars at J6 that you remember there? So the guy with the podium.
Well, the Capitol Police did a really good job of letting everybody in.
Yes, they did.
So that was part of it.
Because they opened up the gates, and we got to see that live.
Well, now there's been a video released. I don't know if you guys have seen it yet. Bob, I don't know if you can find it on Twitter. It's kind of obscure. Just
obscure.
You'd be able to find it easily enough, but I don't know what to
don't
search
know
for.
That word starts with a U.
This is my most famous person from January 6th.
Who's this guy?
This is
Oh, he's
an
a comedian
actual
from
famous
fucking
person.
Daily Show.
Jay Johnson. He's
Oh,
in a ton of
shit.
movies, or used to be in a ton of
So,
movies and shows. Got fired from Bob's Burgers.
I was going to say, I love this guy. He was actually on Sarah Silverman's show, and he was really, really fucking funny. I forgot that he was there because he usually has a big mustache like this.
Yeah.
This is what this cop mustache that he's
He
got.
plays one of the gay cops in Arrested Development.
So did he go into the building?
I don't know.
No, he did not.
Yeah, but he has not been
Jay
arrested.
Johnstone, right? That's
But
his name?
Jay
the
Johnston,
one I
yeah.
was referring to is just some random civilian, and there's a bunch of Capitol Police standing up on the ledges, and he's yelling at them like, "What are you doing? Why are you letting these people into the Capitol? This is our Capitol. Do something!"
Mm-hmm.
And they're all just standing there, all fat and dumb, looking at him like, "Ooh, I don't know what to do."
Well, there was a lot of people. I would have let that go too. I'm not going to lose my life.
Yeah,
over
if there's
that.
like three of
Let him
us,
in.
it's like, you know what? We're not going to hold this position.
No, and do you care?
They're not armed or nothing.
But,
yeah,
but,
it's just
but,
like,
do you
fuck it.
also care, right?
I'll let the fucking stadies come
because
in and deal
I
with
look at it from the police point of view. Do you really care about the politicians?
No.
Because the politicians don't care about those guys, right?
No, well, I don't care about anybody.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
I mean,
got a
nobody
point.
that looks like this is caring about people.
no, and I don't even blame the cops for just opening it up and being like, "Fuck it, do whatever."
Yeah, if there's
man.
three
Like,
of you and there's 300, it's
Yeah,
whatever.
it's-
Today's also the anniversary, 1994, of Nancy Kerrigan getting her knee attacked.
no fucking way, dude.
January
Is it
6th.
really? God damn it!
I made a Nagano Winter Olympics joke at the beginning of the show.
Yeah, you did.
See, I
was
had
that-
a premonition.
Boom.
Was that?
No, it was Oslo.
That was Oslo.
Yeah.
Oh, whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway,
you're nowhere close on anything you're saying.
no,
today.
I was because I made a women's figure skating joke at the beginning of the
Ray
show.
Liotta was going to play Nancy Kerrigan in a biopic.
Ray
and then he
Liotta
died.
is going to be in the movie about J6.
January 6th was the day that the fucking Bush-Gore election decision was made as well.
Was it really? Son of a bitch, dude.
Like the
Michael
most-
Moore said that Bush didn't win Florida, though.
He did not. No.
Yeah,
probably not. Right.
But it was just like we already announced.
No, the
it.
governor of Florida, they did 3 separate recounts. Gore won, 2, Bush won, the last one, and then they just called it after that.
You know what's funny about that is like I don't remember any. Like I just didn't really care about politics, and I don't think a lot of people did either.
No, they didn't give a shit.
Where now everybody can name their fucking. Oh, you should go down there. Here's our state justice thing or whatever. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? I don't know. Who's to say at this
2014,
point?
January 6th, Dennis Rodman visits North Korea.
The first time.
A lot of stuff. Look, there's only
lot of
365 days in a year.
Yep.
So there's a 1/365th chance. I guess
Very
anything
special day.
May
Very
happen,
special
but
day.
there's a lot of stuff that's happened on this day.
Yeah. Who is the podium guy, Bob? Let's show him because this was the happiest one to me. Did he get any jail time? The guy holding the podium, walking out. Because I remember the wave he had. He had a fun
definitely
little
got.
wave.
He probably got jail time because he stole.
Dan,
shit
look
from
up
the
how many
goddamn
people
Capitol.
are at large.
So his name's Adam Johnson of Parrish, Florida.
Okay.
Parish.
He did get sentenced.
How long did he get?
That's what I'm looking for. 75 days in prison, followed by 1 year of supervised release.
That's not bad. For
it's-
stealing the stanchion? For being the stanchion guy, that's worth the 75
That's
days.
350 days where you can't smoke weed. I'm not
Yeah. Well, but here's the
Oh, I'm sorry. 380.
Here's the thing, though. Instagram wise, and then Jared, you'll be able to back me up on this. It's one of the greatest photos you could ever take on Instagram history. So worth it? Yeah. 75
He should get a
days in jail?
sponsorship deal out of that.
For fuck yeah.
Like
From a
podiums.com.
podium company, yeah. Podium Depot.
Podiums.com. Yeah.
Let's go. Let's start podiums.com and offer him an NIL scholarship.
He was the best to do it, dude. He was the best podium stealer I've ever seen in my entire
I mean, to be
life.
honest, if I had been there and dumb enough to walk in, I probably would have done something like that
Yes.
because it's fucking funny.
I mean,
If you were there, would you have gone in? I'm a serious question.
No.
I wouldn't be
I would
there.
have. I would have gone in. Probably.
I would never be there. That's not my thing.
It's not mine either, but just out of curiosity, have you ever gone to an event out of curiosity that it necessarily wasn't your thing, and then you got caught up into it, where you're just like bull riding, where you're just like, oh shit, now it's
Yeah,
fucking on.
so he went to
dude.
Brian Singer's house one time.
That's right.
Yeah.
And then got you.
What?
You
I
had.
went
So
you
you're a
got-
liar. You would
I
have
went
gone
to a
in.
nice
You fucked
dinner.
like 3
Well, first
Twinkies.
off, I didn't know who Brian Singer was then. I didn't know what
Oh
we were.
my god, you're
Not
a liar.
knowing who Brian Singer
I told
is.
you who he
Wait.
was.
After the fact,
No.
I texted you why I was at his house, and you were like, "No fucking way!" And then I sent you that picture behind me because he had that giant painting of Dinklage in the
Yeah,
wheelchair,
yeah.
and you were like, "Fuck off!" I go, "This is getting really interesting."
Even if you
Like-
didn't know who Brian Singer was, that doesn't excuse the fact that you had sex with 3 men that day.
Yes, and I told you. I go,
I'm not
hey,
looking
dude.
for an excuse.
I go, hey, dude, how many dudes are there?
I told you.
I-
I
but
said there
that-
were 2, like thin punk. they were dressed in a lot of leather. They were probably about 21 because
Yeah.
they had drinks at dinner because they went to dinner.
Barely
but they
21.
didn't get to sit with us. So that was interesting.
Wait, there was a kids' table?
Mm-hmm.
Well, so we went to dinner with the guy that created He-Man or something.
Okay.
You know who
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
talking
yeah. I
about?
know what you're talking about. Yeah.
I think he got in
This
trouble
is getting
too.
gayer and gayer.
Oh, it gets worse.
Yeah,
and by
He-Man
the
is
way,
the
as
mo-
this is going on,
He-Man's
I'm on
the
the
most
phone with him.
homoerotic thing of all time.
No,
I'm on the
but-
phone with him and I'm telling him this. I'm like, hey, dude, that's a fucking like you're about to walk into a gay man's orgy here, and you can finish the story there.
I mean, so we went to dinner at that place, right? You've talked about it before. It's that steakhouse that nobody can get into.
Yeah.
It's at the bottom floor of a
Dorsia?
big building.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's all clear glass.
Boa.
It's Boa.
Boa,
yeah, that's
yeah.
it.
Yep.
So we go there. We meet that guy, the He-Man guy. I forget his name, but I swear to God, I saw that he got in some trouble too.
Do you know why they put a boa there?
Roger Sweet.
The most powerful management company is
Yeah.
above that right there.
So they can just go downstairs
Exactly,
and do
yes.
their meetings.
Yes, and so that's why it's so hard to get into.
Yeah, that place was cool.
Oh, yeah. He
So-
got,
Yeah, he's in trouble, right?
yeah,
So
for murder and rape.
Oh God, the He-Man guy.
Wait, that's not him.
No,
That's a different
no,
Roger
that's
Sweet.
not him. I would recognize him. So we
Is it this dude? No, that's not.
No.
This guy?
Nope.
How old was he?
He's big.
He's
really big.
He's a larger man.
He's a fat piece
He's
of
a bear.
shit.
Yeah.
He's a bear.
We go to dinner. We've got the two that. Well, first we're at Brian's house. We start at Brian's house, but we're in.
How many dudes are there to start off with?
Well, at first it's just me, him, and my buddy.
Okay.
And he's got a Steinway grand piano. We're in it. He has multiple houses, so he bought like 3 lots in the hills, built all these things on it. So we're in the bottom. We calls it the bottom house. So we're in the bottom house. And
I'm sorry.
But
The bottom house?
that's just what he called it because it's at the bottom of the hill.
Yeah, definitely.
Sure.
That's definitely.
You guys are reading into this too much. This is
No, we're
reading
not,
into
because
the
Brian
thing,
Singer
I think.
is a Gaylord who has a history of tricking people into doing Gaylord shit
Yes,
with him.
dude.
Okay,
Yes.
so he was like,
It's like, oh, it's
I'm gonna
Butt
go.
Fuck Mountain. It's named that because they fuck butts.
He was like, I've been buying up crazy World War or crazy revolutionary history, and he brings out some letters from Lincoln, like actual letters from Lincoln.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, like
Abraham
a log
Lincoln?
cabin
got to-
Republican stuff?
Like he had him in like sweet plastic, like that
Was
was,
it-
really
That's
hard.
dope.
Was it the
Screwed.
letters that Lincoln wrote back and forth to his butler or his assistant who were gay together?
No.
Look at me for a second. I
what?
think you might still have some pizza on your forehead.
Yeah, you do. Oh shit, you do. It's right between your eyes.
I know.
Yeah, you got pizza there.
Can you just lick your
It's
finger
fine.
and then rub
It's
it
fine.
off?
It's fine.
I got it.
No, you're good.
I
to
got
go.
it.
You're
So
good
I
to go.
looked.
And
I was
so-
getting my makeup done earlier
Yeah.
and looked over at Jared. I'm like, what's on your? I thought he got hit in the face,
Nah, Giorgio
but
brought
there was a big
pizza.
red streak on there.
Yep.
No, somehow you managed to get pizza sauce
I was-
on your
on
forehead.
your fucking
I was eating
forehead.
fast.
It's still on there.
I was eating
It's fine.
fast. I'm just gonna leave it.
We'll leave it. So you're reading letters
We
from
were reading,
Abraham Lincoln.
yeah, and then he had some money from the Civil War, and he had a couple other really. Oh, he had like the letter that Nixon wrote to his vice president the night like he got caught. Like,
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Shit.
Like he had some fucking. He was like, oh, that was real expensive. I was like,
Oh yeah.
yeah, probably. So anyway, he's like, all right, I got to go change my shirt before dinner. And I was like, can I play this Steinway? And he was like, yeah, nobody plays it. So I get on and I start playing Night Swimming by REM. And he comes running out with no shirt on. And he's like, oh my God, this is my favorite song.
Yeah,
and he
it
just
is.
sitting there like, as I'm playing it.
Yeah.
He's like, all right, I'm going to go get a shirt on.
Yeah.
And so we went down to dinner, and when we got to dinner, that guy already had a table. We sat there at the table, but he had the
At Boa Steakhouse?
Yeah,
Okay.
he had the other sit at another table, I think, and then we got done. We went back to his house, and then we went to the upper house. Mm-hmm. And in the upper house, there was a cool bar.
The
That's
top-
where
the top house.
Yeah, they call it the top house.
Yeah, that's
Top
what he
house,
called
yeah.
it, the top house.
Yeah.
And he had a cool bar, and that's where that painting was. That's when I sent you that picture. And we were sitting on the couch talking, and he was telling me about 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. He's like, I got 220 million for the budget. He goes, I have assigned 40 million just to R&D in building a movable Nautilus submarine like set, like that can do all this shit. He's like going into crazy detail on what he's doing, and like that's when I was like, holy fuck, this is like so huge level like movie shit. Mm-hmm. And while he's telling us his story, the two young men, you know, in the leather jackets, and they looked like they were from a punk rock, you know, band. Like they had like pretty like designer haircuts and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Like they were very manicured. Well, they were kind of having a slap fight in the kitchen, and they were getting noisy. And he was like, "Excuse me," and they both look at him, and he goes, "You two to the bottom house."
Wow.
Because he's gonna
He used some choice descriptive words.
Sure did.
he's gonna discipline them with his wiener.
And so they got kicked out of up there. And then we continued, and he was like, "Hey, do you like Rick and Morty?" I was like, "Yes."
Yeah, of course.
He was like, "Well, I've got season 2."
And it was unreleased.
It wasn't out.
Yeah.
So we went to his movie theater, which was a really dope movie theater.
Sure.
And we watched season 2 of Rick and Morty.
This all sounds like things that men do to bang chicks.
It is,
It
yeah.
is.
Except for it was
Literally.
two dudes.
I mean, literally, like he gave you everything that you ever wanted, and then you guys fucked.
No.
Jared,
So you didn't get everything you
had
wanted,
sex
is what
with
you're
him.
saying.
You had sex
No,
with
I did not.
him. Yeah, you told me you had sex with him.
No, I did not tell you that.
You told me fucking 4 times you had sex with the guy.
Yeah. Nobody wearing a hat like that is going to lie to you.
Yeah, you had sex with Brian
It's a very
Singer.
trustworthy.
No, I
You had
did
sex with
not.
Brian
I
Singer.
went home.
Okay. You
Went home.
To the bottom house.
to the bottom house. Is where you went. Because I said, hey.
He was in an 11 weight with all those twinks down there.
You need to get the fuck out of here. And
I
then
know,
your
and that's when I left.
Your response was
after the last Rick and Morty.
That's what I'm saying. That was your response.
Yeah,
you go, hang on, dude. I'm about to watch the
we're
fucking
watching season 2 of Rick and Morty.
Rick and Morty. It's not even out yet. And I go, I understand that, but by the time it ends, you're gonna get fucked, and you need to get out of that house.
No, I was too old.
You were not too old.
Yeah, I was.
No, because that part of the allure.
I was
is
too
trying
big.
to find.
I was too big.
Yeah,
not
but
that
are you
either.
Are you
Well, not
like
his type.
every now you're into surfboards mostly. Historically, that's been the case.
What?
But every now and again, you want to fucking bang a big teddy girl or an old lady or something. It's just
Yeah.
how men work.
What's his surfboard?
Flat.
Imagine
Flat.
a woman,
A woman
and then
that's,
imagine
yeah.
a surfboard.
Hear me out.
What?
He didn't want to bang Jared. He wanted to bro down with Jared in the bottom house and bang all those other guys with him. Be like, hey, come on,
Yeah.
let's go.
Hey, come down here. Well, there's a good joke about that.
Yeah.
So, kid and his dad are hanging out. He looks down a hill. There's a couple cows down there. He goes, hey, Dad, let's run down there and fuck one of those cows. And the dad says, hey, let's walk down and fuck them all.
Yeah.
It's a good lesson.
Who told you that joke? Your dad?
That's from The Sopranos.
Did that happen to you?
Season 3.
I think that happened to him.
It's from The Sopranos. But yeah, you fucked Brian Singer, and then after that, didn't he keep inviting you over for things? And then he finally went down and all that shit. It wasn't surprising to me.
I never heard. I mean, I think he said a couple things on Instagram or something like that. Just like, hey, how's everything going? That was it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then that was like 3 years later when he got like whatever happened to him.
No, the first lawsuit was in 1997.
Wow.
The second series of lawsuits were in 2014 and 2017.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
It wasn't until 2019 that he really got hammered.
Did you know I had the reverse happen to me? The reverse of that happened to me.
Well, like some hot chick invites you over, and
Which
wants you
is
to
even
watch.
more shameful. So we can say this now.
Oh, I
because
thought you were going to say you invited somebody like Jared over to your house and tried to fuck him.
No. Jared and I can tell these stories now freely because all these guys are done and they can't do anything. So Brett Ratner, you know Brett Ratner, the director. Pop up a pic of Brett Ratner, Bob. He owned a very, very successful production company called Rat Pack. He's directed a huge fuck ton of.
He did all the
budget
Rush Hour movies.
Yeah, Rat Pack. I know
everything,
Rat Pack.
Yeah.
He did Rush Hour movies. He did Red Dragon, Tower Heist, a bunch of
So
movies.
there he is, right there. You know who that is,
Look
right?
at
You've
him.
seen him, yeah.
He
you've
looks
seen
like
Brett
he
Ratner.
looks like the Wish.com version of the Weinstein brothers.
Yes. Yeah. So we get invited over to his house after the MTV Movie Awards, and I'm with Drea DiMatteo from The Sopranos, actually, and her husband was Shooter Jennings, great guy, great couple. Like she had a fucking bottle of whiskey in her fucking purse for the award show. We got fucking rocked, right?
Rocked.
We get invited over to his house afterwards, and he goes, "Hey guys, great to see you." Whatever. He goes, "I'm going to show you to the bottom bar." Same thing. There's a top and a bottom of this place, right? Now he is not a gay man.
Yeah.
So he brings me and Shooter down to this bar, and he goes, "Drea, how about I show you around the rest of the house, and it'll be great or whatever." So I was like, "All right, cool." We're downstairs, and the bottom bar starts to fill up, and it's all dudes. And it's like 25, 30 dudes at this point. And I look over at Shooter, and I'm like, "Hey, man," I was like, "have you noticed, like, it's just all dudes down here, and there's no, like, the women we came with are gone." And he goes, "Yeah, what the fuck's going on, man?" And I go, "I don't know." So I go to the top of the stairs. There's a security guard there that's like, "Hey, man, you're not allowed up in the top part of the house." And I was like, we all got invited here, and we came here together. And so I peer around the corner, and I look out, and there's like 30 hot girls outside at this pool party with Brett, and all the dudes are stashed away in the basement with this fucking
But they didn't
security
notice
guard.
because they had booze.
Yes,
He
and-
knows exactly how to distract you.
100%. So we were like, what the fuck? And then Drea was the one who came down. She goes, "We got to get the fuck out of here." She was like, "He's trying to fuck all of us up there." And I was like, No shit.
That's
yeah,
wild.
So it was the reverse of it, but he was trying to get pussy.
I would tell a security guard, like, I will kill you.
Oh, yeah.
Like, in that situation right there.
If guy looked
if
like
if I walk up after being invited to a house and
for
then,
sure, yeah.
and then I'm told I cannot go get the person I came here with, like, I would look him in the eyes and go, all right, I'll be back. I'd go back to the bar, grab something, and be like, all right, I'm going over there. You stop me, you put your hand on me, boom, right in your fucking jugular, and you're done.
Yeah.
Like, and then I would go.
So I've been watching The Offer. Have you seen it yet?
Not yet. It's with Miles Teller.
Yeah, it's really good. You can tell that it's so the guy that Miles Teller's playing, Al Ruddy. It's just a masturbatory fantasy for this guy. He's the hero in every situation. None of it's accurate, but it's a really good series, right? So watch it, and then you can look up the real shit that happened on the internet and find out. Anyways, there is a scene where people go to a fucking event like that, and I think it's his boss, Robert Parker, the guy that ran Paramount when it first started.
Yeah,
and he's like a bunch of girls with guys. He's like, yeah, come with me, everybody. And then the fucking girls follow him, and the guys are coming, and the security guard stops them. And then in the moment, I'm thinking to myself, there isn't a security guard on earth that could stop me from doing what I want to do.
Yeah.
Like, I would fucking blow this dude's brain, especially in the fucking 70s.
Yeah,
There's no laws
that's what
back
I mean.
there.
Like,
There's no cameras anywhere. I would kill that
try
dude
to
in front of
stop
everybody.
me from fucking coming upstairs, like, I'd be like,
That's why I want to move to, like, the Congo, where they don't have
So the
cameras.
security guard looked like Zeus Tiny Lister, who was not tiny in real life. He was a massive man.
Yeah.
But
he's not armed. I know that.
He wasn't armed.
I
Correct.
mean, we're in California. That's where it's
100%.
like, dude,
Yep.
I know.
He was not armed.
I know the top 4 agencies that they have to hire to fucking do this shit,
Yeah.
and I know the training they go through. So it's like, I know where we're going to go with this.
But as soon as the first female came and screamed and said, hey, we got to get the fuck out of here, that's when they were like, okay, you guys can go. But it was just us two. And then, I'm assuming the rest of the dudes stayed and drank and knew none the wiser. But, I mean, you had sex with Bryan Singer, and I can't really top that.
That reminds me of an
not.
episode of Rick and Morty where sometimes Jerry, the dad, goes on adventures with him, but Rick will drop Jerry off at what is effectively an adult daycare facility, right? Because he's too incompetent to be along for the ride. That kind of sounds like what happened to you.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
I
mean,
thought
it was a
you were
good distraction. I mean,
yeah.
It was.
If you got lit, like if he would have just added, and here's where I could come in on this.
Yeah.
Like if he would have thrown in like 2 fucking things of skee ball. Like,
Or if they had a half
Cruising
pipe
USA,
if they had a half pipe
like,
and a skateboard or something.
No,
There was pinball machines.
You put in
down there.
skee
It was
ball,
nice. It was
a couple arcade games.
There was some pinball machines
and
down
then
there.
like a legit bartender. Like those guys would have been oblivious.
So
like,
they were. There was some sweet old school like pinball machines. There was a great bartender. It was a great bar. Like he had a beautiful house. We were just like, all right, shit. And I will say this, for the good 20, 25 minutes, we totally forgot about it. We were just like, yeah, we're just getting fucked up. Who cares? What
Wow,
a cool
this bar's
guy.
great.
What a great guy.
Yeah.
And then it was
not
like,
getting
wait a minute.
bothered by my girl.
Yeah, but
wait.
just the laws of nature, generally speaking, if a guy tries to make a move on you like that, the only real appropriate thing to do is to go up there and fuck him.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's what, all things being equal, what you should have done.
Yeah.
I mean, hindsight's 20/20. But
Obviously, and it always is.
Yeah.
But you want to fuck the dude in that situation, and we're proud of all of it. But I don't know how we got off on this rant of you fucking Bryan Singer. But
I did not.
Yeah, you had sex with
he
him.
won't
No, I
stop
didn't.
talking about it.
I mean, you never shut the fuck up about it.
I am willing to get checked from a doctor to show I'm still a virgin.
Anally?
Yeah.
I'll
Is that?
we'll get a doctor in.
Okay,
you
I
get
was
a
gonna
mobile
say, Can
doctor?
we get one?
A mobile.
We'll find
Can we
one.
get a
Is it
doctor there?
Is it a religious personnel or is it medical?
Both.
It's Catholic.
Yeah, it's a Catholic.
So they know
doctor.
what they're doing. They know their way
Sure
around.
do.
Catholics know their way around an asshole.
A man's asshole. They know their way right around it, friends.
Oh.
But yeah, and then the Pope died for you. So yeah, I mean, it's a rough
When did
stretch.
the Pope die?
Just on
No, the Pope
on New Year's
Emeritus
Eve.
died.
Yeah. On New Year's Eve, he
So
died.
he was the retired Pope, Benedict.
retired.
Yeah.
Well, Jared celebrates all of them, living or
Yeah, I mean I have good relationships with most of the popes.
Yeah, you sure do. I think Black Rifle sponsors the new Pope because he's the cool Pope, right?
We do have a story about
It's
that.
the
that
Vatican's coffee.
we can tell you about that, not on the show.
About the Pope?
Yeah.
We have a good Pope story.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, we do.
Nobody has a Pope story.
We've got
myself
we've
and
got
Dan do.
maybe the best Pope story
Yeah.
of all time.
And I've got photo evidence of
Yep.
it.
Okay. All right. I've only heard one Pope story in my entire life, and that's it. And it's only because the guy was jealous he didn't go get to meet the Pope, and his ex-girlfriend did.
I guess the best Pope story is where Joe Biden shit himself in front of the Pope, and the Duchess of Cornwall wouldn't stop talking about it.
Yeah.
She's now the queen. Like, she's the queen now.
She's the queen now, yeah.
So she's like, who's going to stop her?
And it's Bowles, right?
Yeah.
Or Bowles? Camilla
Bowles,
Parker
yeah.
Bowles? Yeah.
There's only a couple more people I actually want to meet.
Who else?
Tony Hawk.
Oh, shit. Tony's great. He's the best. I did a movie with him. He's awesome.
He just did a video
dude,
with that weird Korean dude that, like, you know that guy that puts like stuff on his naked body and then pulls a sheet out?
Yeah.
Tony
Yeah,
just
I
did
saw
a video
that.
with him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and by the way, my kid just asked for his the video games.
Oh, Tony
And,
Hawk.
and I go, dude, Bucky, we just had Bucky on the show, and I'm telling the story. It's over his head. He doesn't get it, but I'm like, the fact that Tony Hawk is still that famous.
Yeah.
To an 8-year-old who has no idea who Tony, Tony Hawk's done
Not in
skating
the heyday.
not in the heyday at all, is crazy. Who's the other one?
Paul Rudd.
Paul Rudd?
Yeah.
He campaigned for Fetterman. We just saw him.
Oh,
recently.
God, he did.
He did. Yeah, it's fine.
He's a Kansas City guy.
He's a Kansas City guy.
Man, that's
City.
disappointing.
Nah,
Like
it is what it
seeing,
is.
like hearing, like
I'd still
dude,
have Paul Rudd on the show.
Yeah,
I'd look beyond it.
I would like to hang out, but like Will Ferrell comes out for fucking Beto, and it's just like,
I know.
Oh God, why? Like, get out of our state, man.
I try to
You don't
look-
live here. Don't come here telling people to vote for this fucking trash can, fucking Robert O. bullshit.
I
Like,
try to look beyond people's voting shit for a little bit and
Voting-
decide whether or not I could get a good show out of it.
Voting is an entirely separate subject.
Yeah.
Somebody that
campaigns
for
somebody.
someone is
Yeah.
like,
Oh, that's true.
like
That's
I
true.
would never campaign for anybody unless it was like if Thanos ran for office
Mm-hmm.
and it was like, I'm going to snap my fingers and half of Congress is going to die.
Yeah.
You got my vote, bud.
Speaking of which, I wanted to bring this up. So I just saw this on the news last night because obviously we're 90th vote for Speaker of the House, and people have to wait to be sworn in to their positions who have just been elected.
To get sworn in, to get security clearances, all sorts
and
of
so
stuff.
one of
It's
them
awesome.
is Morgan Luttrell. So Morgan, I didn't know Morgan won.
Yeah, he won.
We did we got super fucked up that night on the election show. So I was unaware that he won. First of all, congratulations to Morgan because we know him obviously.
Morgan won. Anna Paulina won.
So Anna won.
Yeah,
she
she's
was
being
on
sued,
Drinkin' Broettes.
right? Or no, she's suing the guy
Twitter.
she ran against.
The guy she ran against.
Because he said that she and a number of other people were witches and cast spells on him.
Real witches.
So that's where we
This is
are.
great.
Yeah.
This is great. I mean, I'm pretty sure she could win that case.
She could.
I don't think so.
no.
As a public figure, it's hard to win a defamation suit.
A defamation
like that.
case.
Yeah,
And it
but-
was only a
no.
letter. They haven't filed the suit yet, so like the lawyer had written the first letter, and that's usually how it goes.
Yeah, but how is that guy going to offer any proof that Anna's a witch?
How is she going to prove this? Not true.
There you go, Jared. How's she gonna do it?
Well,
Get on this broom.
No, you fucking tie her up and
make
throw
her
her
get
into
it?
the water. If she swims, she's a witch.
You make her get on a broom.
If she
too.
dies, she's
Get on a
innocent. That's how it works.
Yeah. So she won. Morgan won, and I'm curious to see what they're. I'd love to have them on after. Like I'd love to have Morgan on after he gets out and be like, all right, here's the real fucking sitch. Like here's what really fucking goes on in there, and here's what doesn't. Because you've been up there. It's all fucked. I mean, you were there, same place I was, where they stormed the fucking Capitol on January 6th. What did you think of all of it when you were there?
well, I was there a few years ago. This is before everybody started going really crazy.
Yeah, but
was
it's still the
2019,
same.
yeah.
But it's still the same in there. It looks the same.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
far away from everyone. Like it's you're far away from the fucking White House.
Not really.
It's a walk.
Yeah, it's a
damn-
walk.
Yeah, dude. It's a fucking walk.
Yeah, but what do you need at the White House? You're Congress.
Not that. But if the president wants to come down and talk to you and be like, "Hey guys, let's try to figure all this shit out." You've got
Do they do that?
They should do
Yeah,
that.
they
though,
should.
Is the
Like,
the
but they
point.
don't.
They don't. But they
No.
should.
The president's too busy up his own ass.
Usually, it's only like the party leaders and the whip who go to the White House.
Yeah, but I think, me personally, I think you should be forced to eat together. I think you should be in the same building. I think you should have to do all the things together.
So you want it
and then
just to
have
be like summer
conversations.
camp?
Not summer
They've
camp.
got to do like fucking. They got to play fucking cornhole.
But I think they should be more involved with each other, and then maybe have more real conversations.
I think
so
they
don't live in
shouldn't-
bubbles.
I agree.
They should not exist.
Yeah.
There's no reason
is
for the
that.
federal government
Yeah.
to exist.
Yeah, Dan's
Not
got
one
a point.
Yeah.
We had this conversation earlier in the week. If the federal government
No,
disappeared,
you and
today-
I had the conversation.
No, he and I did on the show on Wednesday.
Okay.
If the federal government evaporated today, how would that affect your life?
Not at all.
Yeah. Less taxes.
Yeah, I wouldn't have.
Like, what
Not
the
at all.
fuck?
Yeah. Because even
Bernie
FEMA,
would keep on trucking.
yeah, even FEMA, if you needed it, is not really going to help you. Like I went through that situation.
No, every time they've been involved in something from
Well, FEMA
the late
doesn't-
90s
doesn't
to Katrina, they fucking
Respond to
suck.
beach houses.
No, they don't respond to anything. They don't respond to anything.
No, they don't respond. Like they fucked up Katrina.
Katrina,
badly. So many more people
But
died.
what do
than
you
needed
expect?
to.
What do you expect?
Exactly. So why does it exist?
Why does it exist?
Exactly.
It
Why does
exists because it's fucking the way that people in power
I-
steal your money and then bribe other people to be loyal to them. That's why the federal government exists.
Yeah.
I want to champion a bill,
Okay.
and I call this bill the Anglo-Saxon bill.
Oh man.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Do you know what a Saxon is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it? What is it?
Nope.
Don't say white people.
Nope.
Don't say white people.
Here's the bill. It is back in the 9th century. They actually the ruling class.
This is
and
when
people with land and money.
Northern Europeans showed up on the shores of Britain. Is that what you're talking about?
No, this is like
just
King Alfred.
Yeah, just
Wessex.
before Leif Erikson made his way to North America in like 1000 AD.
No,
give
we're
or
at
take.
860.
Okay, so you're a bit farther.
So they required the ruling class to fight the wars. They required the king to be on the line when they fought the battles. And if you charged somebody else to go to war, you had to go too. You couldn't dispatch a person. So what my bill is going to do is if we declare war on any other country, 1/3 of Congress and 1/3 of the Senate has to maintain presence in theater at all times during the duration of war.
Call it the Fortunate Son Act.
Yeah, that's a good one. Now we got a soundtrack to it. So then we would never be at war with somebody for 20 years. Again.
Or,
if you had to constantly rip out. So if Congress had to do deployments just like we do, every 90 days, you have to have 1/3 in theater.
I don't think they would run.
Yeah.
I don't think they'd even run. They wouldn't even do it.
Someone would run because
that's-
we have plenty of military guys that would be like, oh, that doesn't sound too bad.
That's always the problem, though, right? It's
You don't
like
think we would declare war?
people that desire power very rarely deserve it, and
Yeah.
vice versa.
Yeah.
Like the inverse of that is true as well. So,
The Fortunate Son Bill.
like a private army there's no for what purpose does America have a standing 1.2 million person army exactly? There's 3,000 miles of ocean between us and anybody that's a legitimate threat. So why exactly do we have a 1.2 million person standing army that we pay billions, like hundreds of billions of dollars for? Our defense budget annually is 750 to 780 billion.
I think it was 782 last I checked. Yeah.
So for what purpose?
You know, it's
To
a great
defend
question.
against what exactly?
So-
because nobody's coming here to start shit with us.
Well,
because we all got guns.
Let's ask a JTAC here. If they were to launch missiles or whatever, right? How many people? Let's say Russia.
Who they're launching missiles at us?
Russia's
ICBMs?
launching
Yes.
fucking 1972
How many people?
era missiles.
But how many people would you need around to kind of to?
We have equipment in space that would take
Our
that
missile
out.
defense system is unparalleled.
no
in
shit.
human history.
So that's in space. So
And
is there,
they haven't built a new thing in fucking 40, 50 years.
76-ish.
Okay.
That's their.
So, plus we have the THAAD system on all of our coasts. The THAAD missile is a mean bitch.
it's like
It won't let a fucking ICBM hit this country.
what is it? What is the THAAD missile?
Like
THAAD
the
missile
Patriot
goes
missile?
fucking Mach goddamn 7.
yeah, Patriot missile is like the Model A car.
Okay.
And the THAAD missile is a fucking Bugatti.
Gotcha.
Like no shit.
And its whole purpose is to hit an ICBM.
So it's like, the Iron Dome that Israel has?
Yeah.
It's like that, but for ICBMs.
And they don't have sub capability, right? They can't sneak up on our coast.
They do, but that was my next thing I was going to say. Our biggest threat would be subs because it is difficult to fucking find them.
Yeah.
Why?
The ocean's big, man.
God. Yeah,
like
we don't
find
there's
something
no
in space.
technology.
But so with Google, like everything you're talking about, with like Google Earth and all that other shit, we don't have any technology that can detect where they are in the ocean.
We have
cannot
GPR, we have ground penetrating radar, but in water it's so much more difficult.
You have to fly over them, though.
Yeah.
Yes, we have the equipment to find a sub, but you have to fly over them. I mean,
so you're just sending planes back and forth if we were to be attacked by subs.
Well, no, the
water.
way we do it is we have subs all over our coast.
yeah. And we would have fast attacks all over there looking for shit.
Gotcha. So how many people should we have then on standby?
Well,
nobody on
keep
standby.
Well, no, you keep the sub force.
Yeah, we like a Navy, yes, but ground like infantry.
Yeah.
The Marine Corps should
get
not
away with
exist.
that, yeah.
Honestly, it shouldn't exist. Like you don't need it doesn't need to because those people exist in your country. Like how much training does it take to get
to assault
a fucking
coast.
lunatic asshole that becomes a Marine and turn them into a Marine? It's
like 10 weeks.
John
if not
Basilone
8
got
weeks.
like fucking 16 weeks of basic training in A school, and he went and fucking just torched Japanese people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not, and I'm not saying that it's easy to do. What I'm saying is it's very easy to look at the American Revolution.
Respond.
It was at the time of the American Revolution, the British had the strongest navy in human history and the strongest ground military, the infantry and cavalry in human history, and we beat them with fucking farmers.
A lot of people probably died unnecessarily because we weren't ready for the Civil War, World War II.
Well, the Revolutionary War, yeah.
But the Civil War,
100%.
no standing army. World War II, no real standing army, and that prolonged those conflicts quite a bit.
Yeah, but technology is quite a bit different now than it was.
Well,
For sure.
And
like nobody's
strategy was difficult
it
there
was bad,
too.
yeah. Nobody's launching a ground invasion of the United States.
Yeah,
That
they're
would be
not
a
on
huge
our
mistake.
turf. Like that's another thing too. You shipped over a bunch of our people to Europe. They have never been there, and you have commanders that are unfamiliar with the territory and no plan. You're gonna have to. It's gonna take a fucking
So
half a year.
ballpark your number. What would you put on standing?
I
reserve?
would keep the Navy.
Maybe 100,000 total people.
I would keep.
You would probably still want a full ass functioning Navy.
Yeah, and I would keep the Strategic Air Force. So what do they call that? What was that? MAGCOM?
Yeah, but it doesn't the.
Stratcom.
Yeah, but
Stratcom.
doesn't I thought Strikecom was Navy.
No, that's Air Force. So that's our
But
stealth bombers.
Move it over
nuclear,
to the
nuclear.
Navy. The Navy flies most of our sorties, though, for the most part, right?
No,
They have most of our planes.
I don't know.
I think the U.S. Navy is the second biggest air force in the world.
Yeah. I
Yeah, it
think
has
it's
like
second to
2/3
us.
of our fucking
It's second to the
planes
Air
are
Force.
the Navy. Right?
But
Well, the
yeah,
Navy
the
doesn't
Air
have
Force is the big-
bombers. That's the thing.
That's true.
Like-
Yeah, that's true.
Like when you start talking B1s, B52s, B2s, what's the new one? The B.
Tin roof, Rustin.
fucking-
B-52s. That the same one.
Yeah.
How's
yeah.
Herschel?
Yeah.
How's Herschel Walker doing?
B-21 Raider is
The new one, the
yeah.
B-21, yeah, yeah. So that thing's sick. So and then the Air Force maintains all of our missile fields.
You wanna
So
maintain
keep
air
that.
superiority.
So you'd keep
Yes.
and then you just do massive depots in in like 3 locations in every state that has a tank battalion, infantry fighting vehicle battalion, an entire striker battalion.
And that's
you
what
have
the
all this
National Guard does,
You
by
have
the
all
way.
this equipment just staged,
Yeah.
and it's like, all right. If moments notice, we have 10 days to fucking train people and put them in equipment. Let's go.
That's what the National Guard does, by the way. So in Missouri, the National Guard has 11 Charlies that are mortarmen. And then in Kansas, they have 11 Bravos, which are just standard infantrymen.
Okay.
So that region has, that's the way it's set up, to have the right equipment, the right semi-trained personnel to be able to stand up quickly and respond to a threat. We don't need to have 1.2 million fucking people. And look, when you have something, so if you have the ability to, if you have a tool in your tool belt, you're going to use it. Mm-hmm. So that makes it easy when, Iraq's acting up, we better fucking invade and spend 20 years there. You know what I mean?
Right.
It allows for that shit. None of this stuff should be happening. The reason, we talked about it the other day, but one of the primary functions of not having a standing army is that you have to convince a bunch of people that this fucking war that's going to cost a lot of money and lives is actually worth it before you fucking start sending people there.
Yeah.
It's a good fucking thing. It's a check and a balance to that situation. We don't have that now. We've been operating under the authorization for the Iraq war for 20 years now. For the global war on terror, whatever the fuck that means. You know what I mean? Like somehow we did 20 years of war in 2 countries, and now we just bomb the shit out of Yemen every single day.
Yeah.
For some reason.
What's going on in Yemen? You know?
That's where coffee was first discovered, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the goats. The goats were
yeah.
freaking out. They were like, "What the hell? They're eating them beans."
Farmers saw goats eating coffee beans and were like, "Hey, these goats are getting fucking crazy on these things. We should try that."
Yeah.
Which is what I do too.
Well, let's get fucking weird with it. Let's get weird. By the way, according to this Wikipedia, 2,000 rioters entered the building here.
2,000?
That's not correct. There's no way that's correct.
I don't think it was
2,000 what in the
I thought
Capitol?
It was 300.
2,000.
There were
right?
460 some people that went into the Capitol.
Okay, so according to Wikipedia here, they're saying 2,000.
Well, you know, Wikipedia funds pedophile organizations.
Do they really?
Wow.
Yeah.
They always ask for money every time I'm on here.
Yeah, they have been doing that a lot lately.
Yeah. Well, they're all going down, right? Because you have no way to monetize this, and they don't do ads.
They monetize. They make billions of dollars.
No shit. I had dinner with the guy who created this shit. We should have him on the show.
What, Wikipedia?
Yeah, he'll get loose.
Does he still work there?
No, he
Okay,
doesn't. He'll be
'cause-
able to tell you whatever you want. You know where he lives, by the way? About 2 miles over there, right behind.
So the parent company, Wikimedia, Wikimedia with an M, not.
So he
Wikipedia.
created open source internet. So he did all of this shit for them and everybody else, and then stepped out of it. Who owns the company? Who owns it now?
There's a parent company called Wikimedia.
Okay.
Right, and they fund. They're deeply involved in funding World Economic Forum stuff.
Oh God!
Like people,
Yeah.
they have these.
Nice yawn.
You always see that shit at
Hey.
the top. You always see that shit at the top of Wikipedia. That's like,
long
oh,
day.
donate $2 to keep it free or whatever. No, they were deeply involved in World Economic Forum stuff and the censorship during the whole COVID thing.
Oh,
They're-
yeah.
It's,
Oh, yeah.
it's a
Look at
horrible,
Reed, their
horrible
fucking thing.
organization.
Yeah.
They're fucking shitbags.
All right, well,
Yeah, I heard. Let's get to the Brosman of the year. So typically we do the Drinkin' Bro of the week.
Wait.
Actually, we got the Brosman here. What do
Number
we got?
11, he lost as well. And now, like the major fucking
Kevin
negotiators
McCarthy?
all
how many does
have
he
a meeting.
need? How many votes does he need?
218.
You
Oh
can
God, he's
have-
not even close.
No, he got 202, I think.
Oh, I thought it was
this
at
is
97.
this is a rolling thing. No, he's getting 202 every single time, I think.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Anyways,
This is
So now, what do they do?
Brosman.
Do they all go argue with each other and then lunch all? And
well
then
Yeah.
vote again?
here's the story. So
Yes.
they're meeting right now because they have to get it done today because multiple Republicans who are voting for McCarthy are leaving town tomorrow.
Oh shit!
So now he's going to be forced into making. It's going to get stupid. Anyways, let's do Brosman.
Let's do it. Yeah. So typically we do the Drinkin' Bro of the week. This is obviously the Brosman of the year. We take all your votes from the year, tally them up. It is a huge thing. I mean, it's.
Yeah,
it reminds me
this
of
year is-
January 6, 2020.
There's two. There's now going to be 2 per year.
Yep.
So one for the podcast that's podcast listeners nominate, vote, everything like that.
Best guess?
The second one is no. That's one, and then the second one is inside the groups.
Okay.
So we already have our guy that's for the podcast.
Correct. So you guys at home said Korean Jesus, and it's Korean Jesus this year. Back in the day, he used to make the funniest videos of all time on Drinkin' Bro's main page before it got nuked by Zuckerberg.
He was a big poster inside Drinkin' Bro's main, Drinkin' Bro's selfies, dad bods, dad dicks. That was a big
I'm
one.
pretty sure I've seen his dick.
Oh yeah,
we've all seen his dick.
He would be naked. He would be chugging
taking
like
shits. Yeah, he did a lot of weird
James
stuff.
Kim was his name, and last year they found him passed away. So
Yes.
he's no longer with us, but his memory will carry on.
For
as
sure.
a Brosman of the year.
He was a hilarious dude, and you guys picked him. So he is the Brosman of the Year award winner for 2022. And rest in peace to that guy, because he was great.
He's funny.
Dude,
He's funny
he's
shit.
so fucking fun.
Yeah.
People still share his videos and all that
We
stuff
were
to this
we
day.
were on the we were scheduling a time for him to come out because I was going to have him out. And we were just going to do a whole series with me, him, and Jack. Like, he's really funny as shit.
Yeah. Great guy, and we appreciate the support. If you want to nominate Drinking Bro of the Week, go to drinkinbros.com, click on the submission page, and it gets emailed directly to us, and we will read that live on air.
One more site we need to plug to. That new one you and I finished 3 days ago. That's dansfilthyfunhole.com.
Yeah. It's
There's
my turn on the goodhole.gov.
.gov.
Yeah.
Yep. That one's now open as well. So you can actually press your dick to the screen and
Dan will feel it. Yeah.
Dan will feel it. So if you're out there and you want to put your dick on his face, just type in the website name that was just listed, and then it'll go directly to Dan's face.
It's actually a very complicated process.
Sure is.
The app 3D prints your exact dick.
Yep.
And then I pick it up and manually place it on my face.
Place it on his face, and it's a beautiful thing, and we're glad to do it. Look, guys, I say we do this every year. It's Jan 6. It's J6, January 6th.
This is when we're going to give out the Brosman.
Yeah.
Can we rename it the January 6th Brosman Memorial Trophy?
Memorial Trophy.
We only give it out on January 6th. We got to do it. We got to do it. At this point, it's a special day. If you guys are out celebrating tonight for January 6th, this Friday evening for all the events that went down at the Capitol, obviously drive safe.
Yeah.
Or get an Uber. We know there's a ton of parties, a bunch of potlucks.
Stay within the stanchions.
It's just all you got to do. Stay within the stanchions at home, but make sure you drive responsibly and celebrate the day. According to Wikipedia, there was 2,000 in there. It looked only like a couple hundred, but whatever, man. I mean, I guess we're off by a few. And then and Ashley Babbitt's nudes. That's something you want to be released to the public. And
no, I just think in general as a law.
Yeah,
like I think.
Ashley's law.
Babbitt's law.
Babbitt's law.
You can start this by putting your nudes in a trust,
and then it releases public domain. I just might do that.
Do you have nudes? Does Corey want nudes?
I don't have them. Yeah, she has a lot,
and she requests
an unhealthy amount.
Okay, and that's at her request.
Her request, and she takes them.
Oh, she takes them.
Yeah.
Do you go in portrait mode? Like, what do you do on her?
She does it all. I mean, generally, she likes to get like a batch at a time.
Did she use that AI app to make your hog?
Yeah, yeah.
It's like your hog.
We already tried this, and you get in trouble if you try and get nudes out of that thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
that's really fucking funny.
Don't load nudes.
Does she take it with a normal camera, like a good?
Yeah,
she's got
a camera. But a lot of phone, a lot of camera. Then there's she has she calls her Fun Pro. It's her Fun GoPro.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for me, I like the dirtier version of it. Like, let's go with some Polaroids.
With just
Polaroids are back.
I've got a Polaroid.
So do I. Like, wind it back. Once you hear that winding, that
you're like, I can't wait to drop this off at Walgreens.
It's gonna be the best. Dude.
That sounds like forever.
Sounds like forever to fun. God damn it. God bless you guys, you patriots out there on J6. We love you. Go to iTunes, rate the show 5-star, and leave a quick review. That's all the advertisers care about. I'm going to keep saying it until we get to 10,000 reviews. I promise I'll shut the fuck up after that. Spotify is just a 5-star, and that's it. You can walk away, you can live your life, and you can say, you know what? I did something on J6 to help support the boys. We would greatly appreciate it. For D'Anthony Holloway, Jared Cat Puke Taylor, I'm Ross Patterson. This is the Drinkin' Bros January 6th tribute special on France Press. Good night, everyone.